Hello, 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 and welcome to my channel once again. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about patterns, how to use them and what they are, because I see there's a lot of misconceptions out there about patterns and a wrong understanding of how to use them, how to utilize them. So I wanted to clear some things because patterns are basically not a bulletproof forecast or prediction. There's no such thing. Okay? What they do offer is the ability to identify chart pattern scenarios as they unfold in real time. So, to really understand and know how to trade patterns, you have to know that they do not work in isolation, okay? And what they do give you is the ability to identify possible scenarios. Let's take a look at an example. Natural gas. When you are trading patterns, you cannot trade them in isolation. So you always have to build your trade idea from a top-down approach. So you start, for example, on the daily. By looking at the daily, we can clearly see that market is in an uptrend. It's pushing up, and there's a good rule of thumb that says that the prevailing trend is in existence until it is proved to have been reversed. So for now, trend is your friend. With that in mind, okay, we start looking and trying to identify patterns. And the thing is that as price action develops and we get more data on our charts, we can start to make better pattern identifications and decisions, okay? And that's simply just because we have more information. So it's all based on understanding the information that we have and the information that we don't have. So we trade pattern right now. We're gonna have in mind that the context of the market, the overall market structure, is bullish right now. Okay, so I'm looking for continuation. Okay, this here is a very clear pattern. It's a basic 1, 2, 3 structure that you see all the time. It happens constantly. It's a complex three-wave structure, and it's complex because it has this B wave in the middle, this complex looking structure. Okay, you know that if you know wave analysis, then you know that the market moves in these waves, and these corrections are a three-wave correction. Corrective waves are a three-wave pattern, and therefore I always look for a three-wave correction when I am in a trend and I want to find a continuation pattern. But I know that they're often complex. Nothing just moves like this. Nothing just moves in straight lines. So when I was here looking at this, there are two ways that you can look at it. We have this move down here, and at first I was looking at it as a contracting flat here, but as information develops and as we get more information, I realized that that is actually not the case. But we have a bigger pattern in play. We got a sharp move, and then we had this, which looks like a grinding uptrend on a small degree. So We then came down here, made a three-wave structure, and I realized that this fits perfectly. There's also a visual aspect to trading patterns. And not only that, but remember that I said don't trade patterns in isolation. If you know about smart money and order blocks, you know that there's an order block here that we wigged right into, and we took out all the liquidity that was here. So you can see that you can start building a trade idea by looking at this and recognizing and identifying that, wait a second, we're in an overall market structure is in an uptrend, and this here looks like a pattern, so there's a possibility that it will go up. Okay, so my directional bias is up. Then if you look at order block, you can see that we wig right into it, come right back up. Okay, so now we have a confirmation that there are bulls in the market. So you drop down to lower time frames because you find entries on lower time frames. Unless, of course, like this trade, you would have to have had like an entry order down here if you wanted to catch it below this low and in this order block. But otherwise, you will be looking for, you'll be looking for structure to go up. So you put your trend line here and you start to see that, okay, we pushed up bullish and we made another flat structure. This would be your entry point here based on multiple variables, right? So you have your overall market structure, which is bullish. You're in an order block, in a liquidity zone. You just made here, right? And we have a possible pattern that is suggesting upside. This whole pattern here, it's suggesting that we will go up. Whoops, what did I just do? Bullish pattern. And if we go to lower time frames, then we start seeing, okay, we got a sharp impulse up on 1 hour. Let's go to 15 minute. Then you start seeing that we have a bullish structure here developing, another flat structure, breaking this trend line right here is a very ideal buy. I also like to use the VWAP to just give me a sense of the strength and entry points. In this case, as this wave here, as I was watching this, then we got moved and we got the third wave, as I was watching it coming above VWAP and holding the trend line or bouncing off the trend line, right here was a good time for me to buy based on multiple variables, not just patterns, because you never want to trade anything in isolation. You want to heighten the odds of success. You want to heighten the odds of probability. So yeah, I think that's all for today. I will keep making videos and I will keep improving on making them. I'm not super extroverted, but I'm doing my best and I hope you like the content. And this is an amazing trade. So thank you so much. Subscribe, like, comment, and give me some constructive criticism, please. All right.